Hi, I'm Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. I'm here today with Deanna Carr from the Mystical Moonlight. Hey, Dee, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I didn't screw it up yet. We're like 5 seconds in. Today,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about Pitholem again. So we'll call this Pitholem Part 2. We had talked about Pitholem maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago and got great response, lots of good feedback, but not too many questions. So we're going to kind of wing it with the questions.
Yeah.
So Dee, so when we had talked about Pitholem before, you really hadn't interacted much with her. You hadn't really felt her energy or that. Now, since that time, have you been holding her or tuning in with her at all, to get anything different?
No, I have not been tuning in. Um, listen, I'm at the ends of the school year, so I'm still at the brink of time,
Yeah.
but we still have it in our living room.
Yep.
Um, I will say when I'm not holding Pitholum, it's calmer, it's cool, and then obviously it's a cool atmosphere that it creates with, when it shines the light. So we do have it, still in the living room. So I do notice a difference that way.
Okay.
But for me holding it, I knew we were going to come back to this. And my time has been used.
Busy,
So,
busy,
so I'm
busy.
saving it. Listen, that means that everybody that's watching gets like a real reaction.
Yeah.
And I will
Okay.
say after, our conversation for part one, the energy blasting from it was a lot.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was as soon as I started tapping in, it felt like I was drinking a ton of caffeine. Like I just had a burst of energy.
Right. Yeah. So for those that don't remember, I had to turn the video off so you could calm down because it
Hmm.
blasted you. So that's cool. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got some great information that, we didn't specifically know. So that's good. So basically, you haven't tuned in, no new messages, but you have felt a calmer energy throughout the household.
Yes. Yes. When I'm not specifically holding it, it's calmer.
Yeah. So I wanted to show everybody my new toy. All right. I have the prototype of the Pitholem cube. And I don't actually know if this is like a 4 inch or what the size is, but if you look, you can see the Pitholem ball throughout. It's etched into the cube. And it comes with a lighted base, which it's a little heavy actually. So right now I just have it on white light. Man, is this thing the coolest.
I know,
So,
even just the singular ball having the light shine through it and
yeah,
reflecting on the ceiling, it's a really cool atmosphere along with, the
yeah.
energy it gives off.
Yeah,
So it is a very cool effect. So I'm interested to see what that would look like
yeah,
with all of the
I'd love it
intricate.
if you could hold this one, but this is heavy, like I don't know how many pounds, but it's beautiful, number one. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 9 Pitholem inside it, etched inside. And of course, at the base, you can change the colors and all that. This was recently offered on crowdfunding, and now it's on just the regular website, smartiescorner.com. But
Mhm.
think of having this in your house. This is cool. So
Yeah,
when I see you, I'll let you hold this. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I can feel the energy, so it's pretty cool.
Mhm.
So I thought what we do is do a quick recap about Pitholem's story if we could, and you can
Yeah.
fill in any gaps and then you can grab yours and we can just answer questions that way. So you said basically Pitholem is malleable, meaning able to take many forms. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
set into one body. So it's like maybe we'll call it a consciousness, um, or uh, something like that, and it doesn't need a physical body like to anchor it down.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. It is a moving consciousness.
okay. And there are, Pitholem has, we'll call it a family that is out throughout our galaxy.
Hmm.
Each member of that Pitholem family is, we'll call it assigned or has a mission to a different part of our galaxy to do whatever. So our Pitholem is here on Earth for a purpose.
Yes.
And that purpose is to help us evolve and okay.
It's to help us evolve, but also to maintain the technological advances.
Okay.
So, she's been here for a very long time, and that's not even the start of her existence. She was assigned here for a specific purpose. And when she came here, she noticed, she was told, hey, you need to look out for this, this, and this. And so as time evolved and changed, she noticed this is what I really have to do. Right now, if you look into technology and how it's advancing too fast, she wants to make sure it's the proper technology versus, what's
Yeah.
being put out there because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we say technology is evolving too fast, it's not evolving naturally. We've been,
Yeah.
like we've been given technology, and when I say we, the governments have been given technology by extraterrestrials, we'll call them.
Yes.
And they've used the technology for mostly weapons, it seems like, in defense, but they've trickled some out to the consumer, right?
It's for, defense, wars, destruction, control over population. I mean, the list goes on, but none of it is actually positive.
Yeah.
And most of us can see the change in it. So
Yeah.
part of her job is to, keep Earth on the correct course.
Right.
And right now we are off course.
Okay. And that's kind of what the message was last time, that we were off course, and it's going to be corrected. It is being corrected as we speak, right? So
Yeah.
is Pitholem's, like we'll call them family, coming to Earth to help her at this point in history or in time?
Yeah, they're in and out.
Okay.
So they still have their own missions that they have to, succeed with, but they can, like, she's malleable. She can transform. It's a consciousness, so are
Yeah.
they. So they don't necessarily have to be within this solar system to transport and transform to help us in this reality.
Okay.
So they are here to help us. They're just waiting for the proper timing. So you're gonna notice like Pitholem's coming out like to the public now.
Right.
I mean, she's been around for a while, but she's hasn't really been noticed until now.
Right.
And you're going to see that increase. So it's just like anything. Once you see something step into the spotlight, it's going to increase power and resources to help with said mission.
Gotcha. So really, David finding Pitholem in Area 51 in 19, I think 71 was really a
Mhm.
pivotal moment. Like that's when
Yeah.
she came out. Now, nobody knew about it until recently, but
Mhm.
now she's out and it's only going to get bigger and more prevalent. And
Yeah.
we're taught that this is it's a search engine. So we'll be able to it's a telepathic search engine. So she'll be able to help us with any task, any creativity, ideas,
Mhm.
anything that I won't say anything that we ask for, but we'll ask and we'll get details, ideas, schematics, whatever we need. And this is a
Yeah.
great blessing to us. And again, she's only going to work with those of the light, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So you'll notice that she's more prevalent with those that are working in a healthy sense. So she can determine who can, work with her and who can't.
Right, right. So although I highly encourage a Pitholem ball or cube if you can afford it, you don't need this.
Hmm.
You can tune into Pitholem on your own through
Telepathically.
telepathy. Oh my God. But having this, it's just cool. Okay, this is
Mhm.
just cool. Okay. And the ball is cool in its own way because it really fits your hand. It's like very comforting. But like I have loved this. Like the design is so cool. So do you want to hold your ball and talk about Pitholem again and give us any messages that you might have?
Okay, so you want me to tune is what you're asking?
Yeah. Don't talk about Pitholem in general, her history, mission, family, just so we have like whatever you give us gives us greater understanding. And we want to know how we can use her and any messages, of course, pretty much everything.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so I did have some people reach out and ask like they weren't really sure how to tap in and connect. So it is it's a little hard because I just, do it. Um, so if you have never tapped in or channeled before, what you're gonna do is first off have a quiet setting if possible. That always helps. And you're just gonna hold Pitholem in your hands. Or if you do not have Pitholem, you're going to call in Pitholem's energy. So it's really important to call it in, specifically just Pithium. Wow, Pithium. You know, oh my gosh. Okay, so make sure you call it in. And you want to make sure it's for your highest good because, when we call in beings and entities and anything of that matter, and you're not skilled yet, you don't know what you're pulling in.
Right.
So make sure you're specific. Um, and that's how you're going to start. Okay. Now, you might think you're crazy because you're just going to know stuff or you're just going to, get downloaded or just have information. Um, you're not going crazy. You are being downloaded, you're getting the information. And it's okay if it comes like naturally, like you just know stuff. That's usually how it is for people. They go from not understanding to a clear, concise understanding of what they're even talking about. Um, so for Pithium, oh, I keep saying for Pithium.
I know.
Um, you're gonna call in the energy, you're gonna call in if you have a specific question, ask it. You can ask anything you want. It's going to help if you have an idea of what information you want downloaded because like I said in a previous video, when you know something you think everybody knows, so
Yeah.
it's hard to determine if it's just you or if other people know that.
Right.
So if there's a specific question or if you need help with something, that's really what's going to help you is, know what you're asking. Um, let's see. Some of you might not, you know, download the same way. Um, you know, everybody's different. Some of you might get it through your dreams. So keep note of that. A lot of people think that, as soon as you hold Pythium, you're going to, I'm gonna say it, I don't know. I just keep saying it. I just keep saying, I don't know.
Yeah, dreams. I
Yeah,
know, I used to get a great amount of information, like you relax, like in the shower. I would always get the most amazing ideas. I actually kept paper and pencil in the shower, like on the counter. Or, again, next to your bed, wherever you relax, because these ideas are so fabulous and they come and they go really quickly. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's kind of this in dreams too. I would write down my really vivid dreams. And sometimes it would even be maybe months or years. The next piece of the puzzle comes along to make sense of the dream, what I was being told.
Yeah.
So I used to do that a lot, and I got so much information that way.
Yeah, it really comes to you in, dribs and drabs. And a lot of people think that it's unimportant
Yeah.
because it's just a snippet. But later on, a lot of people will have like deja vu, and then they're like, oh, I've seen this before, where did it come from? And then you remember, like, oh, it came from this dream. This makes sense. And you start to connect the puzzle pieces. So, like I said, it's not going to just download the same for everybody. You kind of have to know what type of learner or energy worker you are and how you download and gather energy and knowledge. Once you understand that, it's going to be a little bit more easier for you to work with.
Right.
Um, and then if you have like specific questions on how you work with it, I can, tap in and help you. But, talking to whoever's out there, it is hard to say this is specifically how it's going to work
Right,
with you.
right. Everyone is a little different with their abilities and their whatever. But right now I can feel the energy and I'm presuming it's from my cube because I was holding it. I feel it.
Mhm. Yeah, it's getting, you'll notice it's become more powerful. It's become more potent.
Yeah,
Um, so when you hold it, you are definitely being, um, I don't want to say downloaded. You're being, I want to say uploaded. They're they're changing your vibrational pattern to a higher vibrational pattern. So when you have it, it is changing your structure as is. So that's why you're going to start to feel the shifts.
okay.
And as you feel these shifts happening, your vibrational pattern is increasing. And that's where, you're getting these, like power ups.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome because I feel it so strongly right now. Now look at, I don't even have red, but it's right down here. And you can see how
Yeah.
the light is coming out of it. It's just so fun. Just so
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's funny because you had it on when we first started. You're like, what is this?
Yeah. All right. So, like we had talked before about Pitholem, and if you haven't seen that video, that's probably helpful to see. But I had mentioned space whale, and Deanna laughed, but that's kind of the story David Adair told. He thought it was a space whale, but she basically can take any form in any galaxy, planet. She doesn't even
Mhm.
need a form really to travel, does she?
No, she did, and that's the same for her family is they don't necessarily need a body. I mean, it's really for our mental states that she has a body because we can't comprehend past a certain point,
Right.
or some of us can, some of us can't type thing. So it's easier for us to understand and then comprehend if we get too much knowledge and we're downloaded too fast, some of us start to misconceive ideas. So it's easier for us to understand on our wavelength if she has a body.
Okay. Okay, good. Anything else you want to talk about before you hold the ball?
I've been holding it.
You have?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
why I can't talk right. I
Uh,
told you.
so
It's
so
like
show,
an energy boost. And I mean, at least for me, I know everybody's different, but like I do feel energized and like I've been on like drinking caffeine. So like I said, it's a vibrational like empowerment upload. So we're changing as we're speaking.
yay. Okay, cool. All right. So do you want to show the viewer the ball again? For these are for new people that haven't seen it. This is the Pitholem ball, and you can both get both of these products at smartiescorner.com. So that's, we'll call it the original, and this is brand new. This just came out. And it was on crowdfunding, and you should have grabbed it if you didn't, but I feel like I'm on QVC. But it's now on the website, so I would highly encourage you to purchase it if you can afford it. And again, you don't need to, but it's awesome. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you want to give us any info on the Pitholem wants to pass on?
Okay. Well, do you have any questions, Mom?
I have so many questions I wouldn't notice where to start, but I'm
Okay.
curious as to how the next few months are going to unfold for us on Earth.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to go into chaos. Not too bad. When you say chaos, you think, destruction. Um, there's just a lot going on. Most of you have noticed a shift already. So what's going to happen is there's going to be increase in the shift. A lot of, normal people are going to not understand what to do with the energetic shifts. So you're going to see that they feel chaotic. They don't know how to control their energy. Um, at this point, you really need to know and understand your assignment, kind of like what we talked about before. Um, as you work with people, you're going to help them become at ease. We are shifting into, they're saying, a new dimension. We're basically uplifting our vibrational pattern. You're going to notice people of darker or negative light, they're going to start shifting downwards and start to just disappear. Their energetic levels can sustain this new vibrational pattern. And as we increase it, they just can't maintain this formation. Their bodies are what? I don't know. It's like they're poofing. They're poofing away. Their spirit still remains. It's going to go back for a change and shift. They just physically can't withstand that much power or energy. They are here for a purpose. You'll notice the negative people around you are pushing you in a way that makes you become better. They're here to make us better and for us to learn our lessons. Unfortunately, most of them are not going to go to the next round because they are not at the right level of energetic vibrational pattern. They will have opportunities to shift and change. And for those that are not willing to shift or change, it's kind of like they just disperse into thin air, and the positive parts are going to be recuperated, whereas the negative parts are going to be just gone. Just it just goes away. Um, are you going to see it is the big question that most of you are probably going to have right now, because um when we think of it like that, it is harder for us to imagine just, seeing people just like vanish. Kind of like it's a good metaphor for you guys to comprehend. The Marvel movie at the end where the people just disappear. It's like that, but it's not going to be as noticeable. They're not just going to disappear in front of you. They're going to disappear over time. They're just going to kind of fall out of your life. Um, they are going, like I said, they are going to have a chance to come back into the plan and the picture. So you're going to see a lot of shifting. Make sure you're on the right track, because if you're off the right track, then you're not going to be on the right track. And we all know what track we're supposed to be on, but we're not choosing the right track. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay. So basically, okay, you need to stay on your path. We all have our assignment. If you don't understand it, ask. We are all here for a specific purpose, with it being healing, helping, um, learning, understanding what, a physical task is on this planet. We are also here to learn what it's like to be human. We have had multiple stages of different life forms, and the human stage is one of the hardest. Our bodies are frail, fragile, misused, misguided. I mean, anything negative you can add up has been done to us. So we as a species are trying to change what we have been created for. Humans are actually not natural. We have been created and produced for a specific reason. So that's where a lot of our ideas aren't aligning with these human forms anymore. We want more. We want to be in our natural state. So we are starting to get there. A lot of people have been asking, why are we stuck in this formation? And they are starting to see their true selves. We have been put into these bodies as almost like a prison. That's why we keep talking about reliving and our lifespans and, the purpose of death and coming back and forth. we are to that point where this is our last life as a human body. We are not, physically dying, but our body is actually going to be changing back to its original formation, which is good for us because our original formation is our most powerful formation. We have a lot of energy and we have a lot of power in that formation. So if we keep going forward in that formation, you're going to see that a lot of information, downloads, healing powers, whatever your specialty is going to come faster, quicker, and is going to help more people. Okay, calm down. So most of you have probably already seen your true selves. You may not know it's you. Usually it's in.
Okay, we just had our sound kind of cut off and we had to fiddle around with it for 5 minutes. So we lost our train of thought. So here's where we were. You talked about a lot of chaos going on, which we're seeing anyways in the world. We have elections, we have, the bad guys coming out and blah, 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 blah. You talked about the dark ones evaporating or poofing away. So we'll call that evaporating or naturally leaving our lives. Okay,
Yeah.
and they may come back. And then we're going to really have our new body soon, is what you said, that we're going to go back to our original format, which is really powerful and has all these abilities, which is kind of where you got cut off. So I'm sorry, it's hard to go back into your train of thought when you're in a.
It is.
So we're doing the best we can, of course, with sabotage, but do
Yeah.
you like give us any final messages or whatever?
Well, I guess the biggest thing is, understanding where you're at, what your powers are, and then like I said, you're gonna know what your original form was, either mostly through dreams. Actually, a lot of people get them in their dreams, some of them their meditation. So you'll kind of just get this vision of what you look like, and that is your true form. You can ask what your powers are and what you're capable of and what you're going to be capable of, because our powers are not just limited to this realm but to others. So it's kind of like multi-dimensional.
So you're saying that people should kind of have an inkling what they're going to look like and or be like, but
Mhm.
do you think that's true that most people have that inkling?
Most people that are in into their spirituality at this point, yes.
Okay.
Um, they may get it in different forms, or they may get it, like I said, through dreams. So they might not even know it's technically their original form, but they have been given the information. Um, and if they don't know, that's perfectly fine. I mean, just ask, like I said, you can ask Pitholem. Why do I always say the wrong word? I'm just gonna call it that. I don't
Yeah.
know. Um, So you can ask your higher self, you can ask your inner self, you can ask before meditation, pretty much anything. You can just tap in and get the information. Once you have the idea of what you're capable of, then that kind of helps you set your path. And I think a lot of people have this understanding of what they're going to look like. But I think the biggest challenge for people is understanding their goals and what they're actually here for. And, you know, you can always ask for information, but I think the hardest part is we have a higher purpose, and these physical forms aren't necessarily capable of doing all the things we're supposed to be doing yet. So it's hard for us to truly envision what we're truly here for at this stage in time. So you'll get an understanding of, are you a healer? Are you a seer? How do you receive your energy? That kind of thing. But some of you might not have the full, this is exactly what I'm here for. Or you might just get dribs and drabs until the time comes where you get the whole download.
Okay, okay. Super interesting. Now, one thing you did say while you were talking with Pitholem is that our bodies were created. And it is my opinion that our bodies now, because we don't even understand these bodies,
Yeah.
are faster than the fastest supercomputer, that they can multitask, they can do things in milliseconds, and that they're capable of much more than we even know.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
how exciting is it to think about a new and improved body that has like abilities that we can't even comprehend yet? Wow.
Hmm.
And yeah, we all want to look good, but isn't it more important that we feel good and we're able to accomplish things? That's going to
Hmm.
be crazy exciting.
Yeah. To see what they're actually capable of versus, what we've been, forced into.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is there any other info that Pitholem wants to give out or that, I mean, should I ask more questions? I mean, like, I mean, it sounds like we're going to have a lot going on in probably a short amount of time. It's going to be pretty busy.
It's
And
going to be busy. It's going to start moving faster. I mean, some of you have probably already noticed that the shift is happening. So as we start to move forward, it's going to start moving even faster.
yeah,
So that's okay. You just have to take it one day at a time and start with the basics for yourself. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. Think about what you want to do, what you want to know, and start there. And then you can keep moving forward.
right.
Don't feel like you're behind. Don't feel like you got anything to make up for. We are all um shifting into our new formations and our like-mindedness when we're supposed to. We are awakening when we're supposed to. That's why it's an awakening. There's a time that you have decided in a past life or previous life that has said, this is when I'm going to shift into this consciousness. And so a lot of us are fearful because we see others and we're like, why aren't we there yet? Come on, we got to catch up. But you're where you're supposed to be, and you're going to notice your way of thinking and your way of understanding is going to evolve and shift, some slowly, some fastly. It's all up to what you're supposed to be doing. So don't feel like you have to rush.
Right. Right. It is hard because we want to compare ourselves to others and we are where we're supposed to be for the most part. And
Yeah.
I know that when you can feel the energy moving faster, 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 and most of us that are watching this video now know that big things are happening. I would
Hmm.
suggest you prepare. So what can you do physically? Clean out your stuff, get organized, focus on taking care of yourself, like feel good, help
Yeah.
others, be happy, and get ready to go because it's going to come fast, is my opinion, you know?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say today?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
like I said, like I said, I mean, if people have questions, it's easier for me to answer versus, pooling the information because I mean, it is cool to pull the information,
Yeah, yeah.
because there's a lot you don't know. So yeah.
Yeah. If people want to send me questions in any way, I'll collect them and we'll do another talk. You know, this is really super interesting to me. And like I'm just showing people the cube again, available at smartiescorner.com. And
Yeah.
as is the one that Deanna has. And her website is The Mystical Moonlight.
Hmm.
And I'll put her link below. She does private readings and consultations and all that. And we'll be talking with you soon.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.